shirts were ripped, my books in bits, and I've been kicked, and they call me by the name of Blue. I'm a little boy blue. Come blow your horn. I'm a little boy blue. Come blow your horn. In class 4 and 5, I was terrified. I had to compete with all those bigger guys. When things go wrong, they put the blame on me. Because my name is a little boy. I'm a little boy blue. Come blow your horn. I'm a little boy blue. Come blow your horn. In class 6, I was full of tricks, and all the girls like me, and they were rich. They give me anything, and I do what they like, and we all go happy and satisfied. I'm a little boy.
First up for me, reason to the fields. You Anya, but you no Banya. Music, music, music. Bleed back, yeah. I only stop to start again, to give you this musical change. Haily, haily, holy, holy, holly, holy, that we hold you. Please, brother, please. Yay! Rock it and scrub it and crush it. I tell you. Please, back. Please,
with our culture. Come with our culture. To enlighten the with songs and voices. Open up the gates of Zion. Africa, we want to go. Africa, we want to go. Repatriation is at hand. I know where the black man stands. I know where the black man stands. To the west coast of Africa, east, north, and south. Repatriation. daughters from the end of the world. Hallelujah. Please send the Father, the mighty one of creation in man, living in the man, the mighty Redeemer, the word, sound, and I walk living in a man. Ooh, hallelujah. Listen, the Father, the mighty, of Congo, Shanti, Baba, I, living in a I, mighty, mighty Redeemer, creation, yeah. The west coast of Africa is known and south. Repatriation is I'm on fire. So your repatriation is I'm on fire. The Satan to the south, give up to the west, keep me back. Send my son from above, from the daughters from the end of the world. Send my son from above, from the daughters from the end of the world. Yeah. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Mighty Redeemer of creation, living in a I and I. Hallelujah. Send the Father, the mighty one of word, sound, and I walk in man, each and every one, yo, mighty, living, bongo, living in a manner, living in everyone, hallelujah. Living in the Father, sending for I and I in this Iowa, in this Iowa. Bongo get love living is a work down and I. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You got to be clean. Say you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked, and you know that it's true when the bridegroom comes in. You got to be ready. Sharpen up your sickles right now. When the bridegroom comes in, you got to be clean. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You got to be clean. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked, and you might not be door alone, might not be door alone. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked, and you Rolling Stone. Gather no man. Gather no man. Rolling Stone. Gather no man. Gather no man. Shall be your cry. Shall be your cry. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You got to be free. Yeah, you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked, and you mercy gone. Jaja judgment come. Jaja judgment come. Too late, too late. Shall be your cry. Shall be your cry. Mercy God. Jaja judgment come. Jaja judgment come. I say you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You got to be clean. Tell the whole world about me. So you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked, and you. I say you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. He might lock the door and go. He might lock the door and go. Outside, no outside, stay outside. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. The door is locked. and Abednego. They came forward and away they go. Daniel in the lion's den. They thought they would never see him again. Ooh yeah, what a lullaby. 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 For 30 pieces of silver they sold ya Rasta, and why did they do that? For 30 pieces of silver they sold ya Rasta, and why did they do that? Ooh yeah, what a lullaby. Joseph, with his coat of many colors, was caught in the pit by his own brothers, and Daniel in the lion's den. Who thought they would never see him again? Daniel in the lion's den. They thought they would never see him again. Ooh yeah, what a lullaby. Ooh yeah.
Yeah, you know, selector. More music and less talk.
Salvation, whom shall I be afraid of, be afraid of. As the water cover the sea, righteousness shall cover the land. So down, fight again, your brother man, yeah, your brother man, yeah. The King of Kings, yeah, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion, the tribe of Judah, yeah, tribe of Judah. As I say, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I be afraid of? Be afraid of. Oh yeah now, oh yeah. Every man have a life to live. Every man have a life to live. Oh yeah. And living for a purpose. Yeah. They born for a purpose. I said your Lord is my life and my salvation. Whom shall I be afraid of? Be afraid of. I said your love, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. The weak heart are not so, 'cause they should be like the straw. The wind drive it away, yeah. The wind drive it away. The King of Kings, yeah, He is my Father, yeah. He is my Father, and He sent me for a reason, yeah. He sent me for a reason, yeah. The Lord is my life and my salvation. Whom shall I be afraid of? Be afraid of. Oh, my brother, no need to fuss and fight. 'Cause I know someday you will see your light. So let's live up, my brother. Let's live up, my sister. Let's live up, my mother. Oh yeah. I said your Lord is my life and my salvation. Whom shall I be afraid of? Be afraid of.
Yeah, you know, selector. More music and less talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, selector. More music and less talk.
Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Give thanks and praise to the Rastafari. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Give thanks and praise to the Rastafari. It's dawning, yeah. It's a new civilization dawning. It's a new civilization dawning. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're all really one, and one will be all. It's a new civilization dawning. A new civilization dawning. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. We're all will be one, and one will be all. Civilization dawning. A new civilization dawning. A new civilization dawning.
Man, oh man, don't throw away the old for the new. Come on, you will pick and choose and then you lose, as I would say. Yeah, me say me tell you about the 12 tribe dread. Man, me say me tell you about the cock big dread. Sing it, then me tell you about the bobo shanty. Sing it, then me tell you about the orthodox dread. Do not selfish in your doing, pass it on. Do not selfish in your doings, pass it on. Said if you give, you will get. Man, and you will never regret. Yeah. Say take a step, not to dread. Take a step. Say hold fast and never let go. Man, if you feel it already, you got to find the correct place and get yourself civilized, I would say. Yeah. Man, you better dig this, try so stay alive. Man, you better dig this, try so stay alive. Come me say old room, sweet corner clean. How you mean? Old room, sweet corner clean. Me say not true where the old feeding you. Not true where the old feeding you. Man, come make we walk down the avenue. Come make we skank on the avenue. Yeah, out of people come for good, but good things last forever. Because a king was born by the name of Jesus Christ, and now we come in a new
Yeah, you know, selector. More music and less talk.
The children rise, born. Children rise with the morning sun. Early in the morning, 'cause the word we have just begun, and the children going off to school. The children rise, as a man must do his work. The children rise, and I must face reality now. Oh, when I have a family, and prophecy has revealed, yeah. And the Father, He will set us free. The world has just begun. It's a new generation. The world has just begun. But it's a Father creation. Rise with the morning sun. Children rise. What's the word? Yes, we've just begun. The children rise. Children going off to school. The children rise. By the man, yes, he'll do his work. The world has just begun. Children rise. The world has just begun. The world has just begun. Children rise. Children rise. Children rise. The children rise. Let the world has just begun.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm me and say now. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything.
Like in the days gone by, men still sit and cry. I really wonder why. Like in the days gone by, like in the days of old, man still can't make up his mind, still growing his life away. His one desire, stick to fire. But one day we will see, yeah. Like in the days gone by, like in the days of old, man still can't make up his mind. It's one desire, stick to fight, but someday we will see it. We must face reality. Like in the days of old, like in the days gone by, man still can't make up his mind. Still throwing his life away. His one desire, still to fight. Someday we will see it. We got to face reality. Still can't make up his mind. Still throwing his life away. His only desire, stick to fight. Yeah. And there's so much more. And there's just stick to fight. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm me and say now. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything. The Ogle.
can make it if we try. Collectively we are one with the same job to do. Individually we must respect the next man's point of view. Whoa, 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 whoa. It is too much a burden to bear. The weight is holding us down. But if we had one love to share, our lives would be more fun. Philosophers, they philosophize, and sometimes they're not right. Politicians, they politicize, more times they cause a fight. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Why you set fire? You want me to lock it up? You want me to lock it up? See your fire.
Breaking down the barriers. Breaking down the barriers. Some say that they've got the guns, even got bombs too. Think they even got the might, but we have the might. Breaking down the barriers that separates you and I. May seem so hard at times, but we can make it if we try. Collectively we are one with the same job to do. Individually we must respect the next man's point of view. Bomber drop, damn you! Whoa, 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 it is too much a burden to bear. The weight is holding us down. But if we had one love to share, our lives would be more fun. Philosophers, they philosophize, and sometimes they're not right. Politicians, they politicize, most times they cause a fight. I said breaking down the barriers.
Oh, I saw you on labor.
Go away, wait. Hey, you. Hey, you over there. You. Hey, you, sir.
Yell Papa Rich in a year, but look at you that live down the lane, I'm calling Billy Boy Rasta. Yell Papa Love Right, I man know that you the Papa. Rasta Yancy, I man here so that you the staff. I would batch you and I get to you now. Hey, watch it. Tell life in the ghetto ain't easy. Watch it. Tell life in the ghetto ain't.
I saw you on labor.
Go away, wait. Hey, you. Hey, you over there. You. Hey, you, sir.
Yell Papa Rich in a year, but look at you that live down the lane, I'm calling Billy Boy Rasta. Yell Papa Love Right, I man know that you the Papa. Rasta Yancy, I man here so that you the staff. I would batch you and I get to you now. Hey, watch it. Tell life in the ghetto ain't easy. Watch it. Tell life in the ghetto ain't easy. Them pass up them DCE. Right. Them pass up them GCE. But still some a deal with the easy man schism. Some a deal with the easy man schism. Hey, me know a little youth by the name of Billy Boy. Me pass him house, him a play with them toy. Him have a little sister, say them call her Joy. Dancing at the area, murderer. Charmy say dancing at the area, murderer. Nana roots and culture, murderer. We come for chase with the vulture, murderer. Nana roots and culture, murderer. Me say me know a little youth by the name of Billy Boy. Me used to pass him out and I play with him toy. a sister when her name is a Jaya. The dancing of the area, murderer. Rebecca dancing of the area, murderer. Flash it and dancing of the area, murderer. The queen in England, I sit down on a throne. The queen in England, I sit down on a throne. She don't care what I want in America. She don't care what I want on a jam down. Inna the ghetto ain't easy. Inna the ghetto ain't easy. Me say the dancing in the area, murderer. We on the roads and a culture, murderer. Me say dancing in the area, murderer. We on the roads and culture, murderer. Me say the dancing in the area, murderer. Hey, flash it, do it, right. Waiting in the England, sit down on a throne. She don't care what I want on a jam down. She I pop a love from me no lip and I tap. She house and a land that I sell a dove scatter. She I pop a love from me no one none of that. I pop a love from me no one none of that. Start up me back and then she jump on the back. Start up me back and then she jump on the back. Give me little grapefruit, say the girl want it top. Me little grapefruit, say the girl want it top. The higher poparity, I no live for no stopper. The anything attack me, say me know it up me dropper. The higher is a youth, me rather live on the flatter. The anything a flat, me know say can't drop. Buffer, inna the area, murderer. Me say that dance inna we area, murderer. Come make we flash it, crucial, right? Come make we flash it, do it, boomer. Me know a little boy by the name of Billy. Pass him house, him a sell up chili. Pass him house, him a play with them toy. Have a little sister by the name of Joy. Dancing at the area, murderer. Johnny say dancing at the area, murderer. Flan on the roots and culture, murderer. Johnny not deal with no vulture, murderer.
Hey, you over there. You. Hey, you, sir.
Don't stop, love me. Oh yeah. Baby. Don't stop, love me. Don't stop, baby. Don't stop caring for me. Don't stop, baby. You are the one for me, and I'm the one for you. want your sugar night and day. Nothing and no one else will do. I say, don't stop, baby. Don't stop, love me. Don't stop, care for me. Don't stop, baby. I am yours to have and to hold. You are mine to have and to hold. Give me all your loving, all your charms. Give it to me, oh baby, 'cause I need it. I say, don't stop, baby. Don't stop, love me. Don't stop, care for me. Don't stop, ooh, baby. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Don't stop for me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh baby. I want your sugar night and day. No one and nothing else will do. Hold me, squeeze me, don't leave me. 'Cause your love is so sweet. Don't stop, love me. Don't stop, baby.
I'm just like a falling leaf over you, baby. You're like the breeze that drive me away. I'm set for you, baby. And this time you alone. Ooh, I'm set for you, baby. Way down, deep in my soul, I'm set for you, baby. And this time you will know. Ooh, I'm set for you, baby. And this time you will know. I'm set.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm me and say now. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything.
If I could reach the border, then I would step across. So please take me to the border. If I could reach the border. He's a poor old lonely man in a lonely little shack. He didn't have much to eat. No, he didn't have much on his back. But he work and sweat almost every day, working till the next payday. When the weekend come, he's just as poor, and after that he will start once more. But his lonely days, Lord, his lonely ways, and all his lonely
lonely days. I said his lonely ways and all of his lonely nights. All will soon be right.
Slow. Slow.
Greetings, we there with you. Well, I remember enough things, you know what I mean? I remember my family, I remember Marcia. Can't stop remembering Marcia. I remember some drastic times, you know? Yeah. So, I just do a little rendition and hope see you recognize Lee Perry. So, I'm going to start wheeling, you know. So we have to say give thanks to all those people who listening on Friday and move up the numbers and the listening. Yeah, give thanks Brian and family, Anthony. Yeah, man, everybody. You understand? I'm telling you, nice, wicked. So I will still, you know. And that we have to understand the life that we have to live.
Come, let's praise and to die. Jah is the conqueror. They can never conquer Jah. They can never conquer.
You see, when we behave like this, our feelings, you know, our war. I tell you.
Come, let's praise and to die.
Serious feelings.
Jah is the conqueror.
Level Thompson.
They can never conquer Jah.
Bibobo.
They can never conquer Jah.
Bibobo.
Jah is the conquering Lion of Judah. He has break the chain and set the dreadlocks free.
Bibobo.
Free again and again. Jah is a mighty man. Jah is rough and tough. Every nation should bow unto him. Every tongue should confess.
See, I like no, we just remember Hugh Mandel, you know what I mean? When the truth and right in time will surely tell.
1, 2.
Chihuahua.
Fire of a Monday. Fire of a Monday. Catch a fire, catch a fire. Say catch a fire, name it Canaiza. Catch a fire, name it Canaiza.
See, when you go to school and you learn your rule, you know, well, I tend to learn. You never come out a fool. But the main school, you know, is to listen to your parents.
They want me to be from Tanzania or Tangier, but black man, believe me, I've got no fear. I may not be the golden Greek, but justice is what I'm really seek. I tell ya, I see no place for the weak. You got to be unique if you want to stay on top of the peak. For love and justice is what I'm really seek. Yeah. I'll do the thing, baby, bleak. I'm on top of the peak. Yeah, I could never be weak, I tell ya. See, you gotta be black and proud, and you gotta say it really loud. And maybe you gotta stand out in any crowd. Yeah. Even without a...
And that is very important too, you know. You have to be proud. Not with arrogance. Just be proud of who you are, or who we are.
Trashmen didn't get my trash today. Oh, why? Because they want more pay. Buses on strike wanna raise a fare so they can help pollute the air.
Yeah, when I must realize that the government them have trickified everybody, you know, 'cause them raise and Ofcom not help no one. Them raise the rates, electricity and gas. You better watch and see water too. And this is winter season, you know. See? So the next quarter with the conditional talking at the moment about what could happen, may happen, putting the frighteners on again. Them just don't know what word to use. It is the Martian variant. It's the alien variant. Is it the what you call it, oligarchy variant? Any kind, something will come up. Something will come up. And in the same time, set speed, the rates are raised. Terrible. See, them excite the people then with the football. Yes, it was a plight. And they never thought nothing about massing and distancing. And then racism shows its ugly face. Because it's always there, and it will always be there once we pay attention to it, and we need to stop do that. But anyway, them use that. And then the season start. So everybody is kind of like relaxed and feel, you know. And not everybody, but a volume of people, you know, high percentage of people. They're playing with our emotions all over the world. But we have to talk about what happened right here. They're playing with our emotions. So, what I say, black people, us now, what is it that we are intending to do? You know? Are we realizing what Babylon, serious word that, you know, what they are doing, what they have been doing, and where are we in the scheme of things? All this.
La, 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 la.
Lyrical content, listening.
Grass growing green while the flowers keep blooming red and gold. Grass growing green while the flowers keep blooming red and gold. So you should know, my brother, someday you will grow old. Said you should know, my brother, someday God will control. The grass growing green while the flowers is red. Green and gold. The grass growing green while the flowers keep blooming red and gold. Some of them are rob and a mock, but we shall overcome. Although them are rob and a mock, we still remember you. La 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 la. So
There's a lot of things we have to overcome.
Who is this man from Boston with his garments lifted down? I see no way he's jump already. Allah have a hands, last year, so I'm so mighty. Never sleep low, I'm feeling go daddy.
who is the one?
Sure.
Tell me now. Who is the one?
Almighty Father.
To the blind, the deaf, and the dumb, they are forsaken.
And that is right and true, you know, because the predicament that those in the Caribbean are finding themselves within, deaf, dumb, and blind can't help. At least they're exempted because the Almighty have been looking after them from birth. But those of us who can see and hear and behave as if we not care. And now many of us, the whole population is stuck. Realizing there's no sovereignty, there's no independence. You see the thing, we're playing amusement, all the jumping up and bacchanal and carnival and everybody, now everything is sour. And people is frightened. Now people's brain, people's culture, people's ethnicity is worrying the soul. And everyone is reflecting. But them now want to shout and scream Africa. And now there's a blockade. Even if we say Africa, there's a blockade because the world pandemic. And money is tight. And bank is frozen. See? So you can't move, you can't run, you can't duck, you can't dive. But when you reflect and realize say, that all this plain amusement was for nothing. Because where's that joy? All that stands for nothing. And all that big puff-up artists them that have so much money. Some of them who are millionaires and not even millionaires, but them have enough cash. And that cash now work. So it's how much life we have. What form of responsibility do we have? And those who call themselves governors and government, the people is afraid of them now. And there's no need to be afraid of them. Unless you check so that they're going to check the CML is us. And it's not so. They're in a better position and them see themselves in a better position, not condition or position, than us. So why should we be afraid of them? Unseat them, man. Look at what our ancestors had to go through and things are today. Forget about the pandemic and look at the condition of the island and now recognize that you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. And if you are there, you need better condition. Because how should small islands like that have so much poverty? And other people, them that's supposed to be first world imperialists, they having the better spots. And those who feel that they want to be their friends become a middle class and they have a good spot. Because what is a job that's important, they have that already. And the rest of the population are just survivors. And plain amusement keep them funny. Yeah, joke, man. Now push has come to shove. And I hope everyone is realizing, because there's no one for us to push but ourselves.
We don't need no tribal. Now this a time. Tribal war can't solve the problem. Oh no, tribal war can't solve it at all. Hear what I say? Tribal war can't solve the problem. Tribal war can't solve it at all. Just the other day, I forward down a riverside. Now figure check Ronnie, I scrub some clothes. As she spoke up her herb in her little chalk pipe, she said, sure, not even the soap nor soda again. Me God, tribal war can't solve the problem. My God, tribal war can't solve it at all. Tribal war can't solve the problem. Oh no, tribal war can't solve it at all. I want you to listen up, man. Into you, are you the wake up? The other day I saw a ladies' war. They were planning to march up to such house. Why? They say they are not getting any justice within the kitchen. So them decide to make a big war with their big spoon. Me God. I said, ladies, tell me where are you going? They said, I'm going to stand up and fight for my right. Tribal war.
I'm telling you, and the problem will come. Because people them now need to recognize them one another and start sharing and caring. Oh. And pastor need to step off the altar and start going out the street and plead with the people them because they were his flock. Uh-huh.
Run away with the spoon. They didn't tell her repatriation soon. They tell her Egypt and Israel in the sky. Oh, how the fool I when I was a child. They didn't tell her judges for I and I tell you yes it's true. I tell the people it's true. They didn't tell her tell you all my people, when the Almighty One set foot on this earth, it I go trail, each one will be for themselves, sinners, false prophets, all of them I go feel it. I tell you yes it's true, I tell the people it's true. They didn't tell her.
And you see that colonial man, is he helping the Caribbean? He's taking the benefits, and he continues to take the benefits, and he has the benefits. So, where's the help coming from?
From Jamaica, East Orleans and sweet like candy. And the crush I mean no rush. Cover me no musical shower. Get out the rush and don't you get crushed. So people get ready. Run, come to me rock steady. Black people get ready. Run, come to me rock steady. Say so. Fayampi again, them were two good friends. And I am said to get no bother to that again. Now the friendship end. Where I am said no trouble, me girlfriend. Where I am said no trouble, me girlfriend. This is that them a wind up them arms. This is that them a wind up in a shorts. This is that them a wind up them arms. This is that them a wind up in a shorts. Your mother may be sewing and the jumping may be blowing. But when this rhythm beat, I better jump and shout, get ready. People, are you ready? Run, come to me, rap steady.
See all them time there with them people them and them nasty club and so on. What is the solution? When I behave like that now, we need to change our direction in our consciousness. And the media is being controlled by such people. All the multimedia platform is controlled by such people. So, pray tell us, where is the guidance? Where is the image that we can see from ourselves that can show us some form of guidance? Nothing did it. Pure ignorant people. And women are talk about them underneath and who else is underneath and what them did and what they're going to do and everything. Nastiness. This is Roman Stewart.
When your heart is filled with sorrow, there is no answer in the dark. Take a stroll into the chapel with me and the bed.
See there? The pastor. What the pastor gonna do? Him gonna let me in, or him gonna try to get me out? Which one? So I'm supposed to be like calling us in. What for? To make we recognize so long him know and should have known that we are his sheep and him supposed to take good care of us. Him supposed to. It's compulsory. If it's God him I work with, and if it's us he's working with. So you see all the whole religious thing with the Christian thing and so forth, it not work. And it will not work. And it's too late for anyone to try to say about them are going to twist it and turn it. Because if you check the history of that which is called the freedom that the US say him give to the mass population of African people that was in slavery. There were some who use something similar to that which them have. And there were others who were holding, moving and joining along with the colonial slave bosses, masters. And they, in this time, they have become the majority across the earth. In the diaspora, they've become the majority. And they've forgotten everything to do with their ancestors and repatriation and Africa. So they see themselves as followers, really. I can't say Americans, because what is an American? British. And that's what is actually happening. It's happening and has happened to us in the Caribbean and us here in the diaspora, particularly United Kingdom, where we are right now. And it's so sad to think that that is what it is. We can't change it, but we don't have institutions, because you need institution so we can speak to ourselves. Without institution, we cannot convey anything to ourselves. And the multimedia platform that Marcus Garvey never got, and you know what I mean, him get for you some newspaper, but didn't have no telephone and everything. We're not utilizing those accessories and resources that is here, and we're much a part of it. We have not matured, and we have intellect, but PhDs and bachelors and all of that don't mean so that you have cultured sensibility. We're lacking. We don't understand the value of our people because we weren't taught these things. We're taught to wait for Jesus, and we're taught to wait for our slave masters to guide us, take good care of us, and so on. And we do this. Is it subliminal? Yes, it is. And it's also true. If any of us decide to dispute it, put something in its place. And then people are going to talk about, we need the money. Yeah, we do need the money. That's true. But if you emphasize on we need the money and not do anything, it's always going to be we need this, we need that. And we really need a lot of things. We need institutions, we need education, and we need agriculture, we need food. And we need healthcare service. But most of the people them that say that we need money, they want to prop up themselves to be part and parcel of the stock exchange and to impress people how much money them can draw in. If that be the case, take £5,000 and do the thing. And then come away and show we that this is what has happened, this is how long it took, and these are the measures that you have taken, you and your brethren, them and whoever, and sisterins, because some of them people that don't want to work with women. They want to see the woman, them, and see if them can impress upon them to have an affair. We don't want them type of man either. We want people that want to develop. But we also conditioned by our own selves and some of our elders to discuss Kemet, discuss the Ogun, discuss voodoo, discuss every damn thing that ain't nothing to do with developing life and creating an infrastructure for ourselves. We need to know those things, yeah. But you know what? That book needs to be put on the shelf. But because curiosity and inquisitiveness is a factor in psychology, it's being used on us. And we're being abused by our own alleged intellects. And if they were forthright, they would have opened up an institution. They would have developed an institution with what they are about. These historians and anthropologists and so forth. A great combination, the two of them, and religious heads. So you got three things in one space. Because they're all dealing with some form of history. And we can sharpen up our tools ever so often because it's reflective when it's being put within the culture arena. So our mindset and our educated individuals, they're pressing for not just doctorates, they want to be part and parcel of American institution, Canadian institution, and British institution. There's nothing wrong with that, but are they recognizing the African peoples? Nah, it is just a popularity contest. The Asian people, just to look there, the Asian people, that their children that's born here have all the cultural attributes that they require. And this has nothing to do with image. It's nothing to do with image at all. It's to do with centrally their mother tongue. And the values that goes with that mother tongue. And then the image will be portrayed. Because they know what their dress wear should be, and they already know what their food, their dietary is. But the character comes with what? The mother tongue. And they don't leave that. Now, we didn't branch out to Africa, and Africa didn't seek us out. So we sleep and dream, wake up with English, nothing wrong. But we know the English culture. We don't know the African culture. Our cultures. We can choose, you see what I mean? Because it's 52 countries. It's a continent. Values. A way of life and disciplines will not produce toxic social construct. Never. Discipline, character building will not produce toxic response and reactions. We're socially manipulated. And we're socially influenced. And the brightest ones among us will not share what they have or what they understand, or be like the pastors and develop some form of institution that they can be highlighting areas where we need to brush up ourselves on. To me, it's very simple, because this is Islam. And before Islam, as well, I can't even say before Islam. I can say up to Kwame Ture, Walter Rodney, Morris Bishop, the Black Panthers. This concept has always been here with us. But that was in that day and time. And have we built, because I'm an old school, have we built on these things? What we've got is the Pan-African that speaks and speaks. And they're not huge because one can't see any structures. And the greatest thing that they could have done and should do is bring forth the Black Star Liner. People are still waiting. And there's so much great things that actually happened during that space and time. But why have those people not recognized that and did something about it? That's very hurtful. So the value of us, what is that? The searching for freedom, not salvation, freedom, and understanding it and feeling it and tasting it. It's something that I personally recognize and think like, hold on a minute, you mean I'm going to leave this earth and not know what that word feels like because another set of people has been dictating, controlling, and we're just moving along with them, surviving, no matter how hard it is. At least we are surviving. A change must come. So, how do we see ourselves in society governing? Is it just going to be another 70 years? But between this time and that time, we're going to lose our children. They're going to assimilate because there's no other opportunity, no other proposal. The Caribbean is not being highlighted as in the history of those islands and us. So that's murky. and Africa, murky. So what form of desires and aspiration are we going to be able to portray to that generation? Commonwealth. Everything that will come from us is going to be toxic because it's going to be a reflective recognition or realization of discrimination and racism until the cow jump over the moon. Because even to tell some of our people right now, leave that thing alone and let's develop love for ourselves and fall in love with ourselves and start working with ourselves and develop ourselves. Because that's an entrapment. It's an entrapment. It traps you. It traps you. No matter how much people can say, well, it's institutionalized discrimination, institutionalized racism. We know that. But you see, our parents, them just told us, you know what? Proceed and excel in education. That's what they said. And when you really must check it, it's truth. Because when you have that, you're not a fool. Within the society that you're part of, you're able to navigate yourself within the society. But if we had banks and we had those international ministers, ambassadors, and others looking after us as their subjects, we would have shown some form of prosperity or development when it comes to our real needs, institution, health, and food. We would have been able to create opportunities for ourselves. So that financial backative and advancement and vision, we're doing that as individuals. We have been attempted to do these things as individuals, not as a collective. And the collective could be 1 and 2 persons, but there's 1 and 2 persons may not even live in the same borough. So gentrification, racism, discrimination has got us stuck. And then we are cry out, we are shout out, say that we have community. Which community? We can go all across this country here to different regions, and you see if there's even 50 Muslim, no matter which part of the world they come from, they have an institution. And I stressed institution because they have a place, a learning, a place that people go and learn, people go and pray, people meet, people commune, everything. And even if those people are not Muslims, whatever they are, them have something. They go and get something. It's imperative that they do this. Whether they go and get an outside building, until they do that, them use what accommodation some of them have. And everybody is inside there. And this is how we were in the 50s and 60s. I don't know about these Shubin people. Well, I do. But me and them no friend. And I never grew up in a Shubin. I never play music in a shebeen, sound system or otherwise. That's where dirty behavior is being learnt and propagated. Understand? And I have to say that too, you know. I'm aiming to go there. I'm telling you, not now, not right now. But we need to look at our criterion and look at our perception of what socializing is all about. Should be all about. Because it's not just dance. Huh? Because inside that social construct, you have the institution of the country that entraps people, interfere with people, infiltrate us, because we're not organized, and then them stimulate our children into crime and other things. Deceiving them and trickifying them. Right now we want to try develop community. But we must understand that we need to reflect and remind ourselves and our children about the colonial memories. So the same thing don't continue to repeat itself. And also our parents' legacy, our period of time spent here in England. And that reflection will show what we have not accomplished. Because you see, when you find that we are dealing with the arts and craft of the city hall and local councils, they are deal with music and art. And my mother and father and auntie and uncle them, it wasn't the goddamn music and art that made them survive in England. It was the work. And then them understood how to go into certain buildings and register for training, educational advancement. That's why I try to tell people, when Enoch Paul, the conservative, found out, realized that we were doing things that they did not do for us or inform us about, then felt no, time up. Because we were brought here to do certain jobs, to fulfill obligations for this country. Some of us were having hard times. The ones outside of the North Sea, the industrial movement, which is the underground and the rail services and so on, and then the post office and the hospitals. The rest of us now was finding life difficult, especially those working for the underground and, and the bus service, transport. Because we're having to find our own space of accommodation. But my point is that we went into our parents went into adult education, and then the local found out that there were places called colleges, and they went and applied. They got all the paperwork and disseminate that paperwork among themselves, and then went and apply for courses. You think so we sit down in a shubin and learn something, develop themselves more, advance themselves more. From what them bought here, what them come here with, and know what they've been exposed to, and them start to see with them own eyes. Able to recognize and read, and then being inquisitive, but them have aspiration, desires. We did very well. That's why we're here. They never come here and decide, here what, yo, me like that man over there, and lie with him and just bring forth children. No, it didn't work that way. You understand? Didn't work that way. But this information needs to be given by us. It cannot be put out there by the mayor's office and all these little crankpots that is race relations still collecting money from central government and local councils. And we are not explaining to our teenagers how to approach those places and how to make good use of those resources, not to let them manipulate us. So we need to look at things carefully. But it's not really the looking. We need to create us some spaces where we can communicate and inform ourselves. Sometimes it be great criticism, but it's a learning curve. Because that's how one's advance. And we will have many a definition. And that's how we will learn. Not we as in my age group, but our children. And even our age group. Because we are going to learn. Each one teach one. We must learn. If we intend to develop, if we're there upon the survival thing. And in that we have to look at responsibilities. And we have to be accountable. And I don't believe these are the areas that we're not willing. A lot of ones are not willing to participate within, because to be accountable in us is a serious thing. To be accountable is a serious thing. And to show accountability is a very serious thing. And to sustainability. We all have to be consistent. And I don't believe that we respect ourselves to that level. Because we're not so matured about ourselves. If we were, none of these things will be talked about. We'll be doing them. And all of us that live a United Kingdom, we all had to be accountable on our courses. We all had to be responsible for on our courses. We know these things. But we failed to do these things among us. And that's why my favorite line is, reflection. Assess and evaluate. Listen, no one can go wrong with that unless they have something for hide. And it's so damning that them can go underground. Yes. Because even our sisters find it difficult to find a man that's responsible, that accept responsibilities. When he was approaching her, Him show all the signs and the trimmings. But from him get her, now relax all that. And when him find a spot, then it moves on to the next one. Now, who's to blame for that? The mother of that man and the father of that man, and then the church that you grew up within. Because the pastor was not putting morals and etiquettes out there. Pastor talk about Jesus. Jesus never had no wife. He never come here for that. So we have developed a lot of toxic relationships. And we have emotional, social conflicts that we let the system sorts out for us, intervene. So then we become British-minded. And then some of us behave like, so we have this Afrocentric consciousness. And it's a colonial reflection. But we just throw two black words in there, two words that meant Africa and another word that said Garvey and so forth. And that suffices some people. So can you understand what happens to our sisters when the relationship is toxic? And the issue is all about self-love and emotion. And there's no one in that space that says you need to be more accountable. You need to show some response, to be responsible, but you need to be accountable. For what? For the development of that relationship. Because the sex theory thing is gone, man. So that's what you came here. If that was the premise that you come here on, check yourself. You wrecked this life. So we have a lot of single parents, a lot of females on their own with children, and then a lot of rebounds. And this is toxic. Terrible. So this is why I want the pastor them to accept, realize that they're meant to be shepherd and stop this tithing thing. But when you look back at America and the Caribbean, our religious move was not the way it is. Somehow it grew to become colonial. And then we had those who sell ourselves out because they want to be close to the plantation house. Melchizedek Shabazz. The field and the house. And we have more house than field African people. And as years come by, they've given them such stages because the colonial men, the European men, the European peoples have developed institutions of teaching, Christian teaching, theological institutions. And they're filled with Africans from the diaspora and from Africa itself. There's a trickle of Asians there, some Pakistanis, some Indians, and some Bengalis, and some Chinese-looking peoples. Okay, I know I said there's a lot of them, Japanese, Koreans, right? So there's Asians again. But us, we all want to go to Rome. But we like the image that's being portrayed to us and we have seen from our brothers and sisters in America. We like that image. What is that? That great grandstanding. These auditoriums. And then they use the technology and the broadcasts and everything is like slick. I mean, but they're preaching Jesus. They're not developing a way of life for that population. So it filters down to us. So peoples outside of Islam should ask themselves, what is Christianity within the black community or the black people? What is it portraying? What is the main aims and objectives of it? And don't twist anything and confuse your own understanding of this thing called heaven. Because that's between ourselves, individuals, and God. And if no one knows about right and wrong at this stage in their life, then when I live, we are joke. We're not living. A joke we are dealing with. A play and amusement we are dealing with. Because the people who hijack our thing called the people of the book and the people of the Torah and the Muslim, it's a way of life. And there are structures in developing that way of life and living that way of life. So when them scream out at the Muslim, at us, and say that we want Sharia compliance within ourselves, is that we want the law too. That keeps us on the straight and narrow. Sirata Mustaqim. And it's a constant reminder of if you break rules, what the penalty will be, or should be. Will be and should be. And why it should be? Because we're not in an Islamic nation or country. But if we're adhering to the law, we will avoid decadence. We will avoid entrapment. The same way we protect our women, the same way we protect our souls. So because they want to make us deviate and transform us, they will make it appear that Sharia is a hideous thing that brings about extremists and so forth. What did they do to the African man and woman? Use the word racism. Prohibit us from getting in certain forms and structures or institutions. And pollute and toxify our spaces. And early years start with our children, traumatizing them. What is it that we've got in place to combat those things? Nothing. Nothing. And the church are apologists for all this form of discrimination because white supremacy is the church. Jesus is the church. And the teachers of that is oppressing black people. They're oppressing black people. No matter how much black people stand up in front, those people, they're oppressing black people. Because what do they do? Why is our community not functioning? Are our boroughs where there's numbers of us? Why? Because the pastors are not allowed. And those who are independent, they don't want to see this. So we have problems of our own doings, and we are house slaves. Whether we want to accept it or not. But if we reflect, assess, and evaluate, we see what we really are. But because it's easy for some of us to, spin a few tricks and weaves over here and over there, we feel that we've accomplished something. Yeah, we're surviving. We have to survive. Unless we decide to say, here what, I can't take it no more. And give ourselves to the elements and wrap up ourselves and catch all forms of illness and dead. Get sick till we're dead. And in this country, it's a very, very minute, it's not, you can't even put a percentage on it to say that they are tramps on the street. But what we can put a number on is how much of us are in prison and how much of us are in mental institution. Because we refuse to give up and survive, but then medication and the racial structure has stepped in. And the health service has stepped in, and the welfare service and social workers have stepped in. And because we don't have systems in place, there we go. Mental health, clinics, and centers, and care services. Care services not just for people that they upon them pensions and them children neglect them and they are there. No. And we have plenty of our children that are in care service. And we have many children that are in youth custody. Yes, we have many children in welfare services. So, what is it that we're about? And we have many children that are ward, them and the police are friend, and then the court service are friend, and the prison system, the whole system there, they're in deep. Who the hell is transforming them? The errors that they've made, and we weren't there to support them, and now they're part and parcel of the system. Young offenders, them institutions that we pack them up. But then them take one of us and say that we got a number one in grime, take three of us and put on television in some discussion thing and make it appear that them care about us. Yes, and because that one person is probably got 50,000, 100,000, or something this nature, and they do some adverts, and more of our children go out there and drink soda pops and everything, and our little teenage girls become bloated and so forth, and our boys become hyper. And when it reaches a certain stage, some of us come and start talking about it. So what is the value? What is the value? It's our lives. You know? Value. So, social value in Britain, not social justice, you know. Social value in England, you know. When I look at needs, and people that think value them thinking about cost, you know, yeah. But what is my life worth? Yeah? What is my life worth? What is our life worth? How important are we? Who's gonna put? What is the significance of all of this? We should value ourselves. We're very important. And what is the appearance of these important people? Huh? What is it? So, the significance of values, we need to break that down and look at that. But I put it in the social sphere because we have to cherish ourselves. We have to do things out there. We have to develop community. We don't want a government. We just want some sincerity, trustworthy, and we want some welfare service. We want some shops. We want a bank. We want some schools. So no matter how people are talking about them not integrated, they've not assimilated, they're not integrated and all that, that's lie they're telling. You're playing semantics with the words, the definition of the words. You see? And we're good at that. So society, commonly, community. Yes. Groups of people organizing, structuralizing themselves. The Black Panthers, group of people deciding to say, yo, here what happened? And then move. See? And structuralize themselves here, and then move to another district and structuralize, and then at a central office. Now, don't dwell on the fact of how they were demised. Look at how they came into being. That's very important. It's very important. Without the COINTEL and all these different entrapments that the American government and the federal institutions, bureaus, has spent, and even us, because they employed many of us, and there wasn't a white man that went inside the Black Panther. There's black people. There's black people that went inside Marcus Garvey and rip it down. Because they were working for this other man. And our pastors weren't preaching love of the common people, self-love and dignity, and how God will be pleased with us for doing right and not the wrong. So we lost out. They preach a lot about the blood, sacrifice, not sacrifice of the hard work that we have done and the hard work that we should do for ourselves now, which would not be hard. We just need to persevere. So, may God Almighty help us, help me, help my family, forgive me, guide me, strengthen me, forgive you all, and strengthen you all, inshallah. But we have lots of things to do, you know. So, all those who know so much about Kemet, what is Kemet going to bring? What is Kemet has offered us? All those people who know so much about Jesus, they allege Jesus. What has Jesus, and this is, this is not throwing aspersions and being hideous done for us. And it's not Jesus, you know. I mean, we don't know who this Jesus is. So what is our pastors done for us? Now, we not deal with the spirituality of the thing, you know, because anybody who goes someplace, them know what them are go there to get. So, assessing the reality of the situation, what have we accomplished? Everybody's still waiting for this Jesus Christ to come. And you need to ask them, who is Jesus Christ? So hold on. The son of Mary, is that who you're talking about? If that's who you're speaking about, let us understand what is it that we need to be doing. Where is his words and where is his guidance? He wasn't able to deliver. But he did mention the commandment. And he did speak to a people that were called the people of the book. Hear ye, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one. And how we must be sincere and truthful. And we must know honesty. And we must recognize that God is love. And to gain the love of God is to do right by yourself and by your fellow man. And you must constantly remember and reverence the wound that bore you, but remember God constantly. And you see that word there, reverence the wound that bore you? Too much respect for your mother and women. But look at us. Carnival, Bacchanal, crop overs, and now the shit is hit the fan. And we don't know what to do. So we're picking one person and said, look what that person and their administration are not doing. And we think they should be doing. So I'm asking, what were you doing before? God has just exposed us and show how frail and how weak we are and how ignorant we are, right? Whether we want to call it covert or what have you. You understand? A lot of things have shown itself because of it. Because of it. So, the man says he's taken a leaf from the children of Israel and he's created a book. He didn't take the Torah. He's created a book other than the Torah and call his book the Bible. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the Injil. He's talking about the Torah and the Zabur. And then the Injil. The Torah. Huh? The early legacies and the allegory of our father Adam and our mother Hawa and Noah and Abraham alayhi salam, up to Moses, up to Isa, alayhi salam, the Christ, the son of Mary. Allah never knew nothing called Bible. The Romans and everybody create that thing. And the people them who call themselves Jew, it's not the Bible they work with. Check our Falasha brothers and sisters in Abyssinia and across the continent of Africa. It's not the same. It's not that they have some identity. It's not the same. So you see, when we get so stuck into this Christianity thing, we have deserted ourselves. So we don't know culture. And we undermine and undervalue our ancestors. And some of us want to argue that Christianity come out of Africa. So where did the Torah come from? And you have this clip that's going around again where Billy Graham is making people to understand that Christ come from Africa and not look like him, did not look like him. Did not look like him. Because if you come from Africa, huh? You understand? That's what I say my father, man. My father just dropped that thing on me to listen here. That's a good thing, man. So may God Almighty help people, you understand, before you're dead, to look and see with your own eyes and read their own documentation. So I gave some more homework. Last time we give you some Luke. Now we're going to say Isaiah. Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? Yeah. Isaac. Not Galatians. 29 and 12. I tell you, some serious thing, you know. But not today. No, scrap that, not today. I do that one on Thursday. But check your Ethiopian brothers and sisters, people them from Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, there are some in not Nigeria. Yeah, there are some in Nigeria. Niger. You see Hebrews of the tribe of Israel. They're upon the continent. And they're the people of the book. And they're the people who read the Torah. I tell you. So I don't understand this obsession with what Europeans have concocted, and they show you their story is a Roman story and it's a Constantine story. Wow. It's strange how we know all of this from England, and yet so we put it aside like it and we're in love with it. And you know the truth about it, because them tell it to you. And if you can't read, now you can go on the computer and press auto and it read it for you. And you can pause and keep moving. Yes. I mean, they're so advanced and, you know. But the Torah and the Zabur and the Injil, y'all don't have. I'm not interested in. Let alone pointing you to the Quran. Woo! My gosh, man. So, them now say that them have we on a sticky wicket and they don't have to do much for us. So we have to say, guidance. Oh, we're build a tune. We want to make them man there for Sheffield and Bradford and them know say that waiting is too long. Has been too long. Yes, it's been too long. So we are going to come out with everything there. And Thursday we rinse out some more Richie Davis and so forth. Yes. Because when I love that, you know. Serious thing.
The going is tough down here in Babylon. They hide the truth away from the youth down here.
See, everybody want to do things, you know. But you see, yesteryears, when you reflect them things, you have to understand that we lived, we felt, we saw, and we structure ourselves in a way that even today, you listen. There's no pastor in the Barnet that can rival any of our music. There's none. No Barnet. There's no Barnet at all. So when I can be mentally prejudiced as much as when I want, one day, soon, God willing, I'll give you my Bible of music. Yes, you think it's a joke. There's nobody can do that better than me. I'm just as good as Ilawi, put it that way there. Yeah. Because for me, my take, he was the best. You understand? Yes. When it comes to Orthodox culture, teaching, guiding, and entertaining. Ilawi, Church of Israel, Jah Love Music. See? Yes. So, you hear me?
The going is tough down here in Babylon. They hide the truth away from
righteous will stand upright on the land. Down here in Babylon. Oh, yeah. Brothers killing brothers just for fun. People working hard in the burning sun. I still feel the chains around my feet and the cry of poverty from people that we meet. Tribal war won't solve the problems. Let your hands and hearts be pure and clean. If you want to enter in the promised land. The living is rough, the going gets tough. Down here in Babylon, they hide the truth away from the youth. Down here in Babylon, brothers killing brothers just for fun. People working hard in the burning sun. I still feel the chains around my feet and the cry of poverty from people that we meet. Tribal war won't solve the problems. Let your hands and hearts be pure and clean. If you want to enter in the promised land, to rally round the red, gold, and green, yeah. The wicked will run when judgment will come. Down here in Babylon, the righteous will stand upright on the land. Down here in Babylon. Oh, yeah. Brothers killing brothers just for fun. People working hard in the burning sun. I still feel the chains around my feet and the cry of poverty from people that we meet. Tribal war won't solve the problems. Let your hands and hearts be pure and clean. If you want to enter in the promised land, to rally round the red, gold, and green, yeah. The wicked will run when judgment will come. Down here in Babylon, the righteous will stand upright on the land. Down here in Babylon, oh yeah. Down here in Babylon, oh. Down here in Babylon, yeah, yeah. Down here in Babylon, oh. Down
gang steady, natty Jenny's gang steady. Get ready, little Donna, get ready. Gang steady, natty Jenny's gang steady. Get ready, little Donna, get ready. All you gonna be a talk about the water pump. Pump up front. Tell me what happened to the old time wheel and turn. Hooking up is not nice all the while. Sometimes you want to spin your little child. Fling her out and you all are back. After my girl, no boy can catch. You chew, you wear expensive watch, and you have a big car park round about. You better find a girl of your own. Find a girl of your own. We do the wheel and turn me. We do the wheel and turn me. This is the new dance style. It's at the wheel and turn me. See, too much water pump.
Guidance. We see Marcia. Marcia says she feel good.
Snow.
You so high and mighty. You so high and mighty. You so high and mighty. You run, come and down me down. You run, come and buck your neck. Up a shock. Try your best. Nevertheless, do all the good you can. Good will follow you. Don't you know it's true? You're grabbing for yourself alone. You're grabbing for yourself Overshot. Bountiful. Shark. Can't live for yourself alone.
Yes, Marcia.
Calling the meek and the humble. Welcome to Blackboard Jungle. So don't you fumble. Just be humble.
See? So if you love me, just keep cool. Come, Chesley, what you take so long for?
Hey, moving forward, yeah. Forward, march, till we get justice. Even if blood run, we will not back down. We keep on going. We keep holding on. We got no guns and no nuclear bombs, man. Unity make us strong, strong, strong. Why should we be silent while we are being down-pressed? We must rise up on our feet and protest. March, march, till we get justice. March, march, march.
Guidance. See, when we feel the pain, misery and shame, now we have to understand that independence don't exist. Sovereignty is what we wanted along with our independence. And tourism is the acceptance of being a servitude slave. See? Because tourism is imposed on the islands. Check it. It's imposed on the islands. Now the islands them cannot do anything without the thought of tourism. It's an industry that's controlled by the colonial boss. Right? It's imposed on the islands. Now the islands, the people them on the island are suffer. Because them not eat what them grow, and then not grow what them eat. Them rely on imports. And they're not contented with what God give and what them themselves can provide. See? So because of that, everybody is feeling a problem and them frightened too. Because no medication, no money, and the forcing of the vaccination. See? So we trap. We trap. And these people that say, heads up, guidance,